books. Yes, you have to take your own book out of the bookshelf. Lovely meeting you finally, all of you. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I think we're just going to slowly dribble in page 128, Hine Matov, and Shabbat Shalom also to the people on screen. I learned at the UUs last Sunday that everybody should stand up and wave at them, but in our space, I don't think anybody's visible other than me, so I'm just going to wave. Shabbat Shalom. Very good. Thank you, Kyle, for bringing us in with such gentle sounds. Shabbat Shalom. It is Parashat Re'eh, which is the longest portion of the entire Torah. And so we're going to have the shortest service. I'm just kidding. But I know we started late, and I want to respect this. So Re'eh, like many other Torah portion, gets its name from the first really important word that is uttered, Re'eh. And Re'eh means look, see, open your eyes. And then in the continuation of the sentence, we're going to hear, see, this day I set before you blessing and curse. Which means, open your eyes, you. Before you is an important decision. And in order to make the right decision, you have to be willing to see, to take in reality, to learn all the facts so that you can make informed and wise decisions. This Torah portion is always read in the summer. It's always read before the beginning of the month of Elul, which is really bringing us into the high holiday season, which is asking us to Re'eh, open your eyes. Look at yourself. What have you done? What have you not done? Look at the world. What is necessary for you to do? There is something really moving in Hebrew. It happens if you're not a Sephardi Jew. You can say someone who is seeing is a ro'eh, but you can also say someone who is a shepherd is a ro'eh. And so this term, the seer, the shepherd, the one who can look into the future, but also the one who can actually see where we are at. Moses, of course, became one of the projection fields, so to speak, for this kind of ability to lead, because he was able and willing to see not only the future, but also really the people as they are and what was needed in any given moment. So I want to invite up, of course, our guest and Oli, but she's not here. So I'm going to, she's still talking. Okay, so I'm just going to invite our guest, Arie, for the honor of candle lighting in page 120. And you don't be afraid. We have seen here everything. Arie, do you light candles? Do you want to light candles? Would you light candles for us? She's better at it? Can I steal her? אוקיי. את מוכנה להדליק נרות בשבילנו? No, I'm going to sing for you. You just literally have to light the fire. I will bring you one. Sherry, can you bring Oli a kippah? Sorry, thank you. No, we will do it. Actually, you know what? No, just a kippah. Here. Okay, you just have to light the candles.
But I do it with this one? Because
No, you
usually
just
I
do it
with
with a
that,
match. Yes.
Just like in Israel.
Yes. Yeah, you just do it like in Israel. Okay. That's what I meant. Don't worry. We've seen everything. We have seen lit matches fly in the air. Thank you. I don't know why. I think something is wrong with our matches. Ah. Okay. Here. Oh, no. Okay, you know what? I'm going to help you. No, it is so dry. There's no logical explanation on why it is so hard. Okay, here it is, the other side. Okay. Okay. It burns. Don't burn yourself. Okay. No, it doesn't burn.
Okay, another one. Here.
Great. Now what happened here?
First.
Okay, we did it. Okay. Almost. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת. שבת שלום. תודה רבה. So, for the next pages of never-changing melody and words, I want to put in front of you this question. Who or what give you a sense of clarity about what will come or what you will have to do in your future? Whom do you trust to see more than you can see? Whom do you lean on? What makes you get a sense of orientation and clarity in this world? Who or what is your ro'eh? Page 136, we're welcoming Shabbat, Psalm 29. השתחוו לאדוני בעדת קודש כל אדוני עמיים רבים כל אדוני Come on, friends, let's greet Shabbat in all the ways Shabbat shows her face. Today it is the face of a peace scholar, 1 year from retirement. Page 138. verse 5. Lecha dodi likrat kala yelanai 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 ne Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yelanai 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 ne Shabbat nekabela. May you enter, bride, crowned with the crown of peace, the crown of joy, the crown of rescue. Page 140, Psalm 92, settling in. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Page 147, O God, together. O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you're near, we are lonely and alone. But let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence. Please rise if you're able. 146, Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam vaed. Please be seated. 148. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has chosen faithful prophets to speak words of truth. Praise to you, Adonai, for the revelation of Torah, for your servant Moses, for your people Israel, and for prophets of truth and righteousness. Page 150, for the gift of Torah, given in endless love, endless trial. Come, come, walk in the right direction. Come, come, see, make the right decisions.
Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavtanu. Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavtanu. Ahavtanu, Ahavtanu, Adonai Eloheinu. How deeply you have loved us. How deeply you have loved us. How deeply you have loved us, Adonai Eloheinu. How deeply you have loved us. How deeply you have loved us. How deeply you have loved us, Adonai Eloheinu. Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavat olam,
Ahavtanu, 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 Adonai Eloheinu.
ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. 152. שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. I want to invite you to flip a couple of pages to page 412. Just before the Michamocha, I usually talk about the current moment. The current moment seems to be pretty stuck in whatever situation you think we're in. Not much seems to move or has been moving for months. So today I thought, let's talk about someone else. Let's talk about the only woman who is called a prophet, a seer, in the Torah, and that is Moses' sister, Miriam. And whenever Miriam opened her mouth, she was very like anti-Cassandra. She never said, beware, be careful, horrible things are going to occur. No, she said, this is my baby brother. He's going to rescue us one day. And here is the sea. And we will, we will cross it. And now we are here on the other side. And even though it seems like, not much has changed, we're now facing a desert. And, you could say, okay, let's wait until we cross the border, until we have fully arrived. Maybe then we can be happy. She says, no, this is already good enough. Let's take the timbrels out. Let's say thank you. You know what? Maybe peace can just be the absence of war. Maybe we can celebrate these little tiny steps to have escaped a danger, to have made it one more day. Let's read together, then Miriam, and then we're going to go back into Kabbalah Shabbat 158. Then Miriam the prophetess, Aaron's sister, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women came out after her and danced with timbrels. And Miriam chanted for them, sing to Adonai, for God has triumphed gloriously. Horse and driver God hurled into the sea. Let's skip the last line next time. Okay, 158, Mi Chamocha. כי יפדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. 160. For all of us who are sometimes a little tired from walking or from being stuck, just to have a break every now and then.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom V'hamidenu Shamreinu lechaim Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shamreinu lekayim. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shamreinu lekayim. Ushmor tzeiteinu, uvueinu, lechaim ushalom, me'ata ve'ad olam. Nashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shamreinu lechaim. Nashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shamreinu lechaim. Nashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu shamreinu
ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם. ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו, עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. Take a breath. Sit back. It's time. I have noticed about myself that I get stuck on the first words of every parsha every week. I realize that's probably because I'm just afraid of the rest. And I'm not the only rabbi out there who does that all the time. But eventually I will progress. But for today, re'eh. Re'eh. See. The full sentence reads like this. ראה אנוכי נותן לפניכם היום ברכה וקללה. See, this day I set before you blessing and curse. It's really beautiful. ברכה וקללה. Right and left, south and north, so to speak. However, what's so interesting about this sentence is that it contains the word hayom, today. It's not just one day, even though you could read the text this way, but we're not going to decide to do that. It is today. Today I'm putting in front of you blessings and curses, and it is up on you to decide which one is which. Which decision will lead to blessings, and which one will lead to curses? If one thing is a blessing for you, is it then a curse for others? Which one is the decision that will be a blessing for all of us? And it's not enough that you make this decision once. You have to make this decision every single day. Because every single day you get up, hayom, on that very day, and you have to ask yourself again, every single moment that you make a decision, which one is for bracha? Which one is for blessing? For you and hopefully many, many other people. And which one might at least potentially lead to klala, to curse? The wise prophetess of New Mexico, Shefa Gold, says the following things about this parsha. Re'eh begins by commanding each of us to see, to open the eyes of our hearts, and behold the world that has been set before us. This clear seeing is both our redemption and our blessing. Only when our vision is no longer obscured by false beliefs, fear, or the illusion of separateness can we experience the freedom to choose the blessing that is being offered to us. We are commanded first to see, because without that clear vision, it may not be possible to discern blessings from curse. The vantage point of Deuteronomy allows us to see where we have been, the long, strange trip it's been, and the doors of possibility that open before us in response to our seeing. If we believe that we're powerless, if we believe that the land of milk and honey is beyond our reach, then we will not see those doors of possibility. We will be stuck forever at the threshold. The threshold is a terrifying place. The threshold asks you every single time, do you want to go in? Do you want to stay outside? Do you have a cat? Do you know what I mean? It is a terrible decision to make. Do I step out? Do I stay in? What do I do? What is the right thing to do? What will happen to me if I step out? Terrifying things can happen to a dog, for example, right? Or bad weather. Terrifying things might also happen to you if you stay inside. You really do not know at all in our world with absolute certainty about anything what kind of consequences it will have. Is it going to be a blessing or is it going to be a curse? It is really easy to get stuck there at the threshold and not trying to move or to move as little as possible. But that's not what the Torah asks us to do. As you know, I have at least two hearts in my soul. So I decided today I'll bring you some Kierkegaard, because he is the philosopher who seems to have the most anxiety about taking a step into just basically any direction. But here's what he says. The most tremendous thing which has been granted to man is choice, freedom. And if you desire to save it and preserve it, there's only one way. In the very same second, unconditionally, and in complete resignation, to give it back to God and yourself with it. If the sight of what is granted to you tempts you, and if you give way to the temptation and look with egoistic desire upon the freedom of choice, then you lose your freedom. And your punishment is to go on in a kind of confusion, priding yourself of having freedom of choice. But woe unto you, that is your judgment. So imagine this cat standing at the threshold, deciding to neither go out nor stay in. Isn't this great? It can do that forever. Go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And it probably feels really powerful. It doesn't think that it has anxiety. It thinks it still preserves the choice, right? It's not the end of the story. But here is what Kierkegaard says. Making no decision, trying to avoid any consequences, whether it be bracha or kalala, blessing or curse, it actually prevents you from being free. The freedom happens when the cat or you finally decides to do a thing. And that is the moment when Kierkegaard says, you give the gift back to God. You received the freedom of choice and you used it. You made a decision. You tried to see as much as possible where this decision will lead you. And hopefully it will lead you to bracha. And then you take a step. You take a stance. And you say, thank you for giving me the possibility to make a decision. And to not stand there, terrified, maybe fully aware that I'm just anxious, maybe even proud of myself, or maybe thinking that I'm making a decision. No. For having been brave, for making a step forward or backward, whatever we think is the right direction. The freedom of doing, says Kierkegaard, begins with the freedom of seeing. To see what the possible directions are in front of us. Then to do something, so that once we did something, we can say, this is who I am. This is the identity I claimed. This is the decision I made. Those were the factors that led me to my decision. And I'm hoping that my decision is going to lead to bracha. Kierkegaard says that in this moment, every single day, hayom, today, every single day, we have to commit to live in one way or the other. And we should do so bravely, knowingly, lovingly. Here's an invitation for the month of Elul. I know it's smoky. When I wrote the sermon, it wasn't quite as smoky, but stay with me. Elul begins in just a couple of days. Elul in our tradition is the month where we always say God is in the field, by which we don't think that God is working. But God is out there a little closer than usual. It's a month where we can step inside or outside, depending on which direction might lead to more blessings for you, to make space for an encounter, maybe with you, maybe with God, maybe reviewing the year that is about to end, maybe thinking a little bit with yourself. Here's what this prophetess from New Mexico says too. The portion Re'eh ends with the commandment to make 3 pilgrimages a year, to appear before God in the place that God chooses. Those 3 pilgrimage times are Passover, Shavuot, and Sukkot. We are commanded not to come empty-handed, but to bring an offering according to the blessing you have been given. Our vision gets clouded by habit. We begin to see our lives as ordinary and mundane. Every so often, a pilgrimage is necessary so that we can awaken to holiness and open our eyes to the extraordinary and see that heaven is right here. Today we're going to stick with the Protestant theologian, but that's her. Richard Niebuhr says, pilgrims are persons in motion, passing through territories not their own, seeking something we might call completion, or perhaps the word clarity will do as well. The word clarity will do as well. A goal to which only the Spirit's compass points the way. We can practice the meaning of pilgrimage by making a small journey to a sacred site near home. It could be a shrine, or a waterfall, or a grave, a monument, or a quiet park, a place significant for its history of nature. We have 1 month before Rosh Hashanah. We can step outside or stay sheltered inside. But whatever we do, may this month be a pilgrimage. Maybe for some of you, if you're able, run up to mountain peaks, or not. Maybe for some, it's a pilgrimage inside. But may we find some places to look back, to realize how extraordinary this year was, to distill the messages that it sent you, to see clearly, what do you have to do next to make this new year that is going to begin in only a month from now, a year of bracha, a year of blessing, and to avoid any curses. Shabbat Shalom. You would think I know, but I don't know. Okay, 164, the beginning of the silent Amidah. Please rise if you're able. If you want to stay seated, that is fine. You can use the words on the page, or you can go onto a little pilgrimage into your own heart. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. And whenever you're ready, page 180, take all the time you want.
Oh, say shalom, bimrolom. Huya say shalom, aleinu. Oh, say shalom, bimrolom. Huya say shalom, aleinu ve'al Israel ve'al kol yoshei tevein v'imru amen.
And we are beginning all the prayers for this community. You know, most people, when they go through surgery, they don't want us to know about it. But just know that there were a great many surgeries this week and the previous week in Beth Shalom. So we're going to just say Mishibarach maybe this week for once. Just for all the people whose bodies are hot and hurting, trying to recover from all these, kind of butcheries that will lead us to a better life, but that are really hard to heal from. Page 371, Mishibarach.
Misheberach avoteinu mekor habracha leimoteinu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imoteinu mekor habracha leavoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit,
before we come to Kaddish on page 598, please join me for a moment on page 589. Let the time not be distant, O God, when all shall turn to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye. O may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then shall your realm be established on earth, and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Please rise, page 598. I want to share with you that tonight begins Kevin's yahrzeit. Kevin Laurie is the son of Dan Laurie, and I know very few of us met him in person, but we could see the loss of his life in his dad's eyes as long as Dan was with us. Who else would like to mention the name of a beloved you either lost recently or you remember during this time of the year, the beginning of the end of summer?
A friend of mine, Elizabeth Mayer, great community member. Elizabeth Mayer is her name, community member.
Elizabeth Marin.
My son's supervisor. My dad didn't live in. My cousin.
No.
My cousin Larry Wexler. My mother, Mary.
And we are, as a community, saying Kaddish for Ed Bronsky, Loretta Cole, Dan Laurie, Mort Meyerson, and Bob Wild. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יש למה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. Please be seated for a moment. Page 627. Shalom Aleichem. Welcome to you, angel of peace. Maybe one just angel of the absence of war.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Alakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Oechem leShalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Alakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni leShalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Alakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zetzken leShalom, Malachei Ashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi melech Malachei Alakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
I know this has been a big summer We have had so many Friday night in-person services in a line. We're going to have another one next week with Josh Burnham. And this week also is full. Tomorrow's Torah study at 9:30, women's group at 2 to 4. Led majorly by Marnie Manning, who is going to teach us how to make yahrzeit and soul candles. And you'll all go home, she said, with at least Shabbat candles. So please come tomorrow for a lecture and a practice of making candles just in time so we can have the yahrzeit candle lit on Yom Kippur here in the sanctuary. There's also Yiddish taught by Marnie, Alexander technique taught by Lynn, Mahjong led by Sid. For everybody young in the room who's still working, that is the definition of young. If you're still working and you can't join the Mahjong group meeting on Tuesdays from 1 to 4 p.m., Sid is thinking about opening up an evening Mahjong group. So if you're interested in Mahjong and you're available in the evenings, please let either me or Sid know so that she can pick the right week night. Next week, again, Shabbat services with Josh Burnham. In the morning, we have a bar mitzvah, which is very sweet. The Jewish part of this family is from LA. The non-Jewish part of this family is from Montana. And they decided to do online tutoring with our Ari here so that the entire Montana family and the tiny Jewish family from LA can meet here to celebrate this little boy, Grayson, who is really fabulous. So if you want to come and celebrate Grayson and also just witness what this is, you know, a Montana, LA Jewish, non-Jewish bar mitzvah, please come for that. Also organized by Marnie, it's your big time is starting here, is a Elul class. Fridays, 12 p.m. You can either meet here in this community hall or you can do it from the comfort of your own laptop. It starts on September 21st. It is called Elul is a Place. It's a grounding, practical class about the practices and stories about this month of the Hebrew calendar leading up to the high holidays.
And if people are interested, please let me know. The person who's leading the class, I'm a big fan of her. She has a whole website that she opens just for her class with accompanying literature that you can optionally read. So I'd love to get people connected with that. It's already open, so let me know.
Great. And it's 3 Fridays. September 21, 28, and September 4th. No, August 21, August 28, and September 4th. Never mind. Yeah. Yes. And the entire high holiday schedule has been in this week's newsletter and will be in all newsletters moving forward. The most pressing thing is that for the first time, we're going to do a seated Rosh Hashanah dinner right before Rosh Hashanah services. If you're interested in coming, you have to let me know. We have 22 places. It costs money. You see in the newsletter how much it is. But we would love to have you, and Sharon will be there, I will be there, Cody will be there. We will do Kiddush together, and we will eat really fabulous, stunning food. Before we finish the service, here's one last reading about prophets. Sorry, I might have over-prepared a little bit. Actually, it's not that bad. Yeah, page 616. It is called May Elijah. May Elijah the prophet, Elijah the Tishbite, Elijah of Gilead, quickly in our day come to us, heralding redemption. I wanted to end the service with this note on Elijah. We usually don't mention him that often, other than Passover Seders. But really, here's our prophet, the prophet who will bring about peace, the end of war, the coming of the Messianic time. If we open the door to the Kiddush in just a little bit, you know, may Elijah come. And for those of you comfortable, please rise. Page 657. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Peace will come eventually. 657. If you are able, you may rise. If not, you can hug people, seated, whatever feels right to you.
Od yavo shalom aleinu.
Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu,
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu,
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al
Bim bam bim 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 bam bim 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 bam ya nai nai dai bim bam bim 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 bam